I'm Tobias. I'm an entrepreneur and I've been working on the topics of climate change and energy access for the last 15 years. So we started Village Data Analytics 3 years ago when we realized that if you want to bring electricity to remote populations in places like Papua New Guinea, Myanmar or Kenya, you need to understand something about these places. And it's very, very difficult to learn anything about these places and then make data-based investment decisions. So we started to look at what types of technology tools could be available to us to analyze these regions faster and bring energy to people at the speed that we need to in order to achieve our global goals, which we're currently failing on. So our software, Village Data Analytics, can do a couple of things for people who want to plan or invest in or build an infrastructure in remote places. It's a one-stop platform where they can upload their own information and data on villages, and then we link that to our analytical tools. These are based on Earth observation, satellite imagery, automated image recognition algorithms that we have built based on machine learning. And so a user can access a type of a visibility, almost like a digital twin of remote villages. And that provides them with the digital infrastructure they need to build the physical infrastructure. So with Village Data Analytics, we've created a software that is scalable across the globe, so we can analyze villages anywhere in the world, and very quickly at that. And we will provide a basic level of analysis based on Earth observation data and our data analytical instruments. And then our users will add to that their own data sources, and they can then run their own analysis in the Village Data Analytics software. They can then use that software to exchange information in the team, to run their projects, to monitor their projects, to communicate with their investors, and to monitor the impact of what they're doing. So we're really for the first time creating a data basis for measuring the real progress we're making in these remote villages. So having access to electricity is a fundamental building block to development. Without modern energy, it's very, very difficult for people to have access to modern lifestyles, to more modern education or healthcare systems, create mechanized jobs that add value creation at the village level. So that's one side of it, right? It's one of the most fundamental building blocks to changing and improving the lives of very poor remote villages. A second thing that we need to consider is that these populations are among the most vulnerable populations when it comes to climate change. These are the guys who are least responsible for it and most affected by it. Without access to energy, to modern energy, there is very little resilience they have. They need this energy to improve their agriculture, to improve cooling chains and other things in order to be better able to withstand climate change. If you have energy, everything changes. Life changes. Imagine you're in a village and you're without modern energy. Life stops when the sun sets. And that's a long time before people go to sleep. So the days are shortened, right? During that time, children can't study. It's often, in many places, it's insecure for women to be outside of the house. There is very, very little productive activity happening. There's no kind of economic activity happening. That's one side of it. That's just the lighting side of it, right? And then the other side is without access to modern energy, people rely on their muscle power in their agriculture or in anything that they do, and to pump water. So bringing electricity is really, we're so used to it in our part of the world that we find it difficult to imagine life without it, but it's a very, very basic lifestyle without electricity. So we currently work for companies that build remote infrastructure, for example, mini-grids. We work with companies that electrify health facilities. We work with companies that sell solar home systems in remote places. And we work with the development institutions and governments that plan electrification at the level of entire countries. So far with Village Data Analytics, we've analyzed over 5,000 villages in places like Ethiopia, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, India, Colombia, now Pakistan. And we are facilitating investments of more than $1 billion through our village data analytics platform. Overall, there are around 1 billion people who have absolutely no access to modern energy. And then there's another 2 billion who have such unreliable access that they can't build proper modern economies and lives on it. Now, if we just the work we are doing would start to contribute, 2 to 3% to solving that problem. And we need to scale, everybody needs to scale, but without the kind of solutions that we bring, it's going to be very, very difficult to get everybody electrified by 2030. So the scale of the challenges that we have to tackle sometimes is overwhelming. So, finding a solution to that can match the scale of the problem was very important to me. In the area we work in, which is remote areas, people who are affected by climate change, we see the effects of climate change today, every day, and they cost the lives of millions of people today. So it's not a question really of how much time there is left. These are the guys on the front line. They're being hit today, right? We might not feel it as much yet, they feel it already. So helping them is imperative, and it's something we need to have done yesterday. We have no more time. Time's up.